In this video, we are going to see how we are able to use this factor projection to forecast revenue. Now, for the entire year, I will just forecast for this company will be 500,000 and it carries 4 products or services and each of them contribute differently throughout the year with a different percentage. And for throughout the different month for different products, it has a different cycle. Some they are a bit seasonal, some they are be increased, some they'll be reduced over a period of time. This is to make the projection a little bit more realistic. And the end result will be shown on the table on the right where it has all individual numbers. Now let's see, if I do some adjustment on the projected revenue and observe the changes on the table on the right side. Now I make it 1 million. Oops, that's too much. Okay, 1 million, you can see all the value changes here. Everything has increased. And if I do some adjustment on the average, I forecast the alpha product is going to bring more revenue. It will contribute about 30% of the overall. If I do something like this, that also means the total weightage will be over 100%. That means it's not realistic. That means some other product or services requires to be rationalized. That means it's to be reduced. If I press enter, you can see the color will be turned to red color. That means it's something not so right about this whole thing. Yes, over 100%. Because I can see the Charlie product will be reduced by 20%, it becomes 30. So the color is disappears. And you can see the revenue has changed as well. If I just temporarily remove Charlie, just observe the column D on the table on the right, delete, everything becomes 0. So this is how the things are linked. And let me do this. And the factor as well. The factor, it doesn't have the specific limits. So as long as it will calculate the weighted factor based on the total of the entire year. So at the beginning of the year, I forecast wrongly. It should be a super big. It could be 2 compared to the normal. That means normal will be 1. If 2 will be super high. Observe the table on the right. Now it's a bit 5,900. I change 2. Then you can see the value changes and the rest will be reduced proportionally. That means it's overall, this is 2 is because it has contributed more compared to the average. And at the same time, and this is the only the result you want to see. Let me do some demonstration. What if I have new products add in? So what you can see here, you can just add it at the bottom. We start from the revenue weight. So I just add something called new. And the contribution will be it's something new, so it could be 5% conservatively. So if I key in something like this, before I press enter, I observe new is turned to red color because Excel unable to find the new in the both factor and in the final result. So that means it's something inaccurate. Later we will fix that. So I key in 5%, and again it turns to red color because the total percentage of the weightage is over 100%. So I need to reduce, perhaps I say this will be 15%. So now everything is adjusted. And I come back to the weight here. I just go to the go towards the end of the table. I just key in new. Uppercase, lowercase doesn't matter. If once I press this one, just observe the underline, it will turn. And it doesn't turn, the effect is not very obvious. So now I just key in some weight and I see everything will be slow, will be 0.5 compared to the average. And I do something here on the final report, I key new and just observe the underline, the color, it will disappear. And I press enter, colors disappear. That means it has the values here. And this, the final table, it uses formula. The formula we are using is you just copy the one from the left. I just copy and paste. You will just get everything ready. This is how we are able to add a new product and how we are able to make sure everything is aligned. If in one fine day I realize I want to remove a product from here, there are a few ways to do it. The easiest way is just to make the weight become 0. So at least you keep it there. So it doesn't remove any of the columns or any of the rows. If let's say you want to make it simple, example, the echo, I just want to decommission this echo products. So I just delete column, delete the row of echo. You can realize again, it turns to red color because the total percentage now is 85%. So I need to increase. Perhaps this has picked up if it contributing 25%. So let's see. So it's still over. So I just accept this one. Instead of 25, it'll be 20. So this is how we're able to make sure the total weight is only 100%. And meanwhile, on the rest, you can see on the report side, the echo becomes an A. That means you're unable to find the certain values on the weight and on the revenue. So this is the time you can remove it. And the factor is optional. This only will help out when we are able to do some calculation. Now you just want to do some cleanup, you can just right click on the column of echo and delete. And this is how we are able to use this kind of template or use Excel to do some factor calculation based on a certain weight, based on a certain ratio, and hopefully hope this gives you some ideas how you are able to use Excel differently, especially with this kind of template.